I've been very underwhelmed with both tournaments, to be honest.
Really?
The quality in both tournaments, yeah. I think there have been more lackluster games than actually good games. And we can go to the Euros and say, look at the overtime. We can go to here and say, there's no overtime. There's penalty kicks.
Even Jude Bellingham hitting a bicycle to take him into overtime.
Then
Harry Kane
that game was pretty bad.
It was bad. And out of all the games that played, we're talking about maybe a handful. And the game that was the most exciting was a Turkey versus Georgia, right? So what I'm trying to say is, I think it has more to do with how we're just trying to squeeze every single ounce out of these players, that you just congest the schedule.
You know what we should do?
And there's too many games.
Expand a Club World
Cup.
So
at the end, that's what I'm saying.
Expand the next World Cup.
At the end, you put these summer tournaments, and these guys are just knackered. They have nothing left. So we get these pragmatic defensive games and whatever's left of the players.
But a lot of these pragmatic defensive games that you're talking about, funny enough, are coming from the top teams in the competition.
Exactly.
France.
Right?
With world-class players like Messi and Mbappe.
Or England, France. I mean, they are the ones that are sort of offering up this sort of performances. And so to your point, that Turkey-Georgia is exciting. Yeah. You're thinking, well, this is, in theory, these are some of the lesser teams in the competition. And yet they're the ones that are willing to take chances, to take risks. This game that it's about risk to some degree. And when we think of Brazil of the past, they didn't concern themselves with how are we going to find balance if we have Ronaldinho and we have Rivaldo and we have Ronaldo on the field and then we have Cafu going down the right-hand side and we have Roberto Carlos going down the left-hand side. How are we going to find this balance? And how are we... No, they're not. That's not their thought process. Their thought process is, we have all these guys, so we're going to take the game to you.
And then how does that thought process change?
Yeah.
Because we have all these components and we lost.
No, but that team won.
Well, I know that team.
Right.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is then if you have a team with all this talent and then you're not able to get over the top because a team that is pragmatic beats you and wins a tournament, and then everybody in your country is celebrating the victory, and you're like, well, but we played really well, but lost.
But they do it over and over again. You look at Argentina, World Cup 2014, final, they lost, sure. But 15-16 Copa America, they lost. And penalty kicks, whatever you want. And then they went 2021, they won Copa America. 2022, they won the World Cup. But they're in these constant finals. France, on the other side, the same thing. 2016 on, they're in the finals and winning everything. And it's two very pragmatic styles. It's just the way the game is played now in international football.
If I can bring it back to Bielsa's comments and a point you made about pressure. This was part of kind of a longer commentary by Bielsa. He ended it with this. What we should all do is ignore the scenario that is presented to us where controversy, discussion, accusation, the determinant of responsibility become an obsession. That deteriorates the climate in which football must be played.
Don't judge Bielsa.
So results.
I think he's talking about us.
So he's
I think he's talking about Football America.
Basically what he's saying is results don't matter.
It's what he's saying.
Don't put so much pressure on results. Don't have shows screaming about results, because then that gets me fired when I need to be working on my team, right? It's kind of, he wants more time for the managers and less focus on the results.
And he's a romantic of the game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Marcelo Bielsa. And he's an old school guy. And always an unconventional thinker. So I am not surprised that he's saying this thing, and Loco Bielsa. It's not surprised. And in some ways, he has sort of revolutionized the way people see the coaching position. But the truth of the matter is, results is what judge not only managers, but players. Think about the judgment and the thought of Lionel Messi prior to him winning Copa America 100%. And then the World Cup.
In his own country.
And in his own country. Yeah. By his own people. By Bielsa's own people.
Yes.
And what Messi has now become post-winning the World Cup. Results matter.
Well, why was Maradona always? Because he delivered the World Cup. No, now that Messi has, a lot of that conversation has gone away.
There you have it. Marcelo Bielsa saying football is in a process of decline. As you can see, up for some debate here on
they shifted us around.
We got
short Casey is.
Moving the formation.
I'm the shortest guy in that picture.
I don't think Sepp's being like on the outside. He doesn't like being on the outside.
I gotta get my touches in. We're on Tuesday after Argentina against Canada, and the semifinals should be around 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. on the East Coast.